What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. Happy Pixel 9 release week, and we have our new Pixel 9 Pro XL in-house. And as you can see, we have it in that rose quartz colorway. I think that's what they're calling it. It is. 256 gig variant. Really actually digging the new packaging. It's somewhat a little different than what a lot of other competitors are doing now. Small little features, but we'll dive right into this. Let's check it out. So as you saw in that intro, this is the packaging for this year's Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and a lot of them do look comparable. I like how they actually included the phone's colorways integrated with the packaging here. But aside from that, not much else to be noted, aside from the back here, where it lets you know about the device. 5G millimeter wave and sub 6 compatible. It does have a 6.8-inch display, which is one of those differences with this new XL model. This was basically the Pro last year in size. 256 gigabyte of storage, and again in that rose quartz colorway. And the first thing you can notice, it's actually a slide box, but it's held in place by these two tabs. Let's go ahead and rip those off. And once you do that, it actually will slide. Well, hopefully slide right out of the packaging. And there we go. Stuck a little bit to the back, but no big deal. And then you have an outline, again as well, of the actual phone. Pretty neat to see. It is feeling very cardboardish, which is actually pretty neat. I am a big fan of that. And once you lift up, you can see the star of the show right here, the Pixel 9 Pro XL. We'll set this off to the side. Then you obviously have your USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. And that's it. Under here, you're going to have your SIM ejector tool right there, and your regular reading material. Nothing fun and exciting there. Put that right back in and set all this to the side. And again, yep, here is the star of the show. That Pixel 9 Pro XL. Rose quartz looks amazing. It's been said to no end at this point, but this phone feels like the best Pixel has ever come up with hardware-wise. It is very clean and elegant. It looks really, really good. I will say I do wish the rails were matte as well, just like the frosted glass on the back on these Pro models. But again, personal preference, some people might like that shine. I think it is just a fingerprint magnet. So on the top, you do have your millimeter wave or 5G antenna cutout, a mic. Your bottom, you have a fully one-piece speaker grill here, USB Type-C port, another mic, and your SIM card slot. Right side here are your volume buttons. Again, they are a single button. It's integrated in one, unfortunately, so I do like separate buttons. Just a little personal preference. And then your power button right next to that. And obviously you have the star of the show, that new camera layout, which I actually am a huge fan of over the complete camera bar that was here last year and the years prior. So it will still sit nice on the table and not rock if you choose to rock one caseless. So let me get this turned on and set up, and we'll be right back. So while this setup process finishes, I do want to give you a quick spec dump really quick. Obviously, like we explained, the new display size on the XL is 6.8 inches with a 1344 by 2992 pixels, 50 megapixel main camera on the back, and the hardware here is pretty comparable to last year as well. You also do now get 16 gigs of RAM, and I've heard that some of that is actually purely dedicated to AI capabilities, which makes sense because, let's be honest, the hardware event that Google announced these new devices at was more of a software event that so happened to have hardware involved. So we'll get all this finished really quick as well. I do want to also let you know that the battery on the actual Pixel 9 Pro XL is 5060 milliamp, so 5060 milliamp hour battery, which is very good. And there's rumors that thanks to the new G4, or the Tensor chip, I should say, and this battery, it should actually last significantly longer than what we had in prior generations. We'll put that to the test. Make sure to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you want to see that. So you are getting a 37 watt fast charger now with the actual XL only. And you do get 23 watts of wireless charging as well. You get all your typical 5G bands. You do have somewhat of a beefy device. It does weigh about 221 grams. And also it is IP68 dust and water resistant, as you would expect at this point. It does have that nice new LTPO OLED display that is 120 hertz. It does have HDR10 plus, and it does get up to 3000 nits of peak brightness outside, so that should make it very easy to see outdoors. One other thing too, this does obviously come in 128 gigs. This is 256, and if you want this rose quartz, you have to jump in to that 256 gig variant for that upcharge as well. Technically, this phone still does shoot only up to 4K. However, with Video Boost enabled, you can now record up to 8K. So that is awesome as well. I'm going to turn on all of these new AI processing that it offers. You can see now it is showing you the Pixel Satellite SOS connection is going to be allowed now. Crisis alerts and also the car crash detection. If you want to turn those on, we'll go ahead and say next. We'll let this share. And it should finish up now as well. I will skip Google Pay. We're going to always set up our always on display. Identify music. I don't know how you have a Pixel and don't have what's now playing around going on. And we'll leave everything else just how it is for now. While that finishes up, talking about those rear cameras as well, I did mention it is very comparable to last year's model. You do still have that 50 megapixel f1.7 aperture wide angle lens. That is an improvement. You have that 48 megapixel f2.8 periscope lens and another 48 megapixel ultra wide camera. So that is kind of what you're looking at for that. The main updates to the cameras are also going to be on the front here. You now have a 42 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide lens here. And yeah, you can see we are up and running. We did restore this from our Moto Razr Plus 2024, so take that for what you want. That's why it actually looks the way it does. And we will continue to get everything updated and ready to go with this Pixel. The only thing I do want to call out, which is a first as far as I'm aware, that's a little different here, is that this phone is running Android 14 only out of the box. However, you can see here that there is a day one update. Looks like it's a security update that we're going to look at. There's also rumors that there is a camera update available that improves the color contrast. We're going to check that out as well. We're going to have a ton of videos in regards to this Pixel 9 Pro, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. In addition to some case videos, some offerings from Google and third parties, just to kind of tell you what you actually need to get, including what charger to buy to get the best charging rate out of your new Pixel. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.